Rose.
Me. Oh my goodness, it's Big Ange ball.
Never do
That's
that
what I'm
again.
feeling like. Oh my gosh. But second half Tottenham again, huh guys? I mean,
Mm. Talk to me, man. Talk
I
to
don't know
me.
what I don't know what Ange does in there, but I love it. No, that's great. I mean, if you'd have taken this score line, no, we beat Aston Villa 4-1 back in time, and you just said, but three of those goals were scored without Sonny on the pitch. Nobody would believe you.
True.
Nobody would
Mm.
believe
Well,
you at
well,
all.
Ross, let me ask you this then. How did you react when you saw that he was taking Sonny off?
I'm surprised. I mean, and none of us want to see Sonny come off. We love him so much. He's our best player. But I didn't go full meltdown. Like I was in the Reddit thread and what an idiot. We lost this game. And I'm just like, geez, people, calm down. There's a reason for it. But it also goes back to it's everything that the Celtic fans and everybody that was familiar with Ange told us is coming true now. He's going to do stuff you don't understand. You're
Yeah.
going to be like, why is he doing this? This doesn't make any sense. But then it all starts to click. And, that's what we're seeing. We're in that phase now. So, yeah, I mean, you never want to see Sonny come off. But, I mean, if it means he's going to be healthier and he's not going to get re-injured, then that's what we need to do. And we didn't need him. We scored 3 goals with him off the pitch. That's good. So that's what people got to understand. That's good if we can bring Sonny off. I mean, with all these years of relying on him and Kane to score the goals, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I completely agree, Ross, actually. I'm just looking at Spurs' fixtures now. So, obviously, Galatasaray and Ipswich before the international break. Then Man City away, which I think will be an open one. Roma at home, then Fulham at home, then Bournemouth away. So, a run of teams who I'd say are not going to be quite as Crystal Palace-y as Crystal Palace were in terms of getting in our faces. Certainly Ipswich won't be like that, I don't think. And I don't really think Fulham or Bournemouth will be. I think Bournemouth will be an interesting game. Obviously, they've just beaten Arsenal and City. But I'm just the reason I'm looking at these, Ross, is because I want to try and get to the bottom of what we can do about changing the monkey on our back now, which is the away form. Are you kind of confident, as Ariane was, that it'll just be a matter of getting better at what we're doing now, and it will turn round?
No, for sure. And then again, it goes back to the project and what Ange is doing. It takes time. And they told us that too. You're going to take some batterings. You're going to lose to some teams that you figure you got no business losing to. It's just part of the process. I mean, just like that other group up in North London. I mean, they were screaming for Arteta to be out. They're doing it again, which is I don't mind. But yeah, I mean, finished 8th his first 2 seasons, and it takes time. You have to give it time. These people that want this instant gratification and to go on this every season and a half manager treadmill, changing the manager isn't going to do anything. Poch talked about the painful rebuild. Here it is. We're going through it now. So yeah, it's just something that's going to change like everything else has.
Too true.
How much credit does Ange get, in your opinion? Because that substitution could have gone horribly wrong. Obviously, we spoke about Son coming off, and then obviously brought on Richarlison. And also, we haven't spoke about Bentancur coming off, because I don't know, what was your feeling going into it? Bentancur's coming off and Basuma coming on. Was that the right call?
Yes, it was, and it showed. I mean, we scored 3 goals after that. So, but yeah, well, it's that's with anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter just with Ange. I mean, that's the risk you take when you pull off a player. Is this going to be a good move or a bad move? 50-50 shot. But just goes to show that Ange trusts his guys, and he's doing, and he doesn't want to wear Son out. He's definitely shown that. He's shown that he's not going to let guys, if they've got a knock or whatever, he's not going to run them into the ground. He'll pull them out. Like early on when I think Romero took a knock to the head his first season, like that first game I think it was, he got him right out of there. He's definitely big on player safety, which I like. So, yeah, no, I mean, it ended up being the right call. I mean, sometimes it's going to go against you, yeah, but it's a good thing that he can do that. I mean, other managers would be like, well, I just got to ride Sonny out because if I take him out, we're probably going to lose, or, it's just going to stay as it is.
What was your mood as well? Like, after that first 45 minutes of that game, did you think we would go on and to win as emphatically as we did, or was you a bit nervous going into that second half thinking, the game could run away with it? Because we were going into a 1-0, we went in that 1-0 down, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but we've done very well at home. I think the commentators, from coming from behind, the commentators mentioned that how many times we've come from behind to win at home. So I don't feel as bad about it when we're at home. I mean, yeah, it can go either way. Obviously, we've seen that where it's 1-0, then we just can't get it back together, and then that's it. But then to come right back out, get that equalizer, that was big. I think that really, lifted everybody up and got us back into the mode of come on, let's go get this. So yeah, I mean, when you're 1-0 at the half, you're not really happy about that, but I had faith that we could probably turn it around, especially being at home.
Ross, I want to ask, this is a bit of a difficult one, but, Spurs are quite jumpy at the moment. We've been on a good run in general in terms of the last 10, 11 games, but it does feel a bit like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and obviously this has been a great... I said it after the Palace game. I said if we beat City and we beat Villa, then we'll forget about the Palace game. And I frankly would have happily accepted losing to Palace in the knowledge if we then go on to do those 2 wins. So I'm fine with that. But where do you foresee, you're very, I agree with everything you say about needing to be patient and stuff, but where do you foresee this Spurs team finishing at the end of this season?
Ooh, that's a close one. That's a tough one. There's still got a lot to go. I definitely think we'll finish in a European place at minimum.
Yeah.
I definitely think we'll be, at worst maybe 6th, 7th if things go too bad. But again, if things keep going as they are and we keep improving, and we get we get a break with the injuries and all of that, no, we could definitely get in a Champions League place. I mean, how many points were we out of it last season? Weren't that many points away out of Champions League?
That's true. Yeah. Probably 3. Maybe it was only 3 in the
2
end.
points from Villa.
Yeah,
Villa got picked us by 2 points.
Yeah, so a couple fixtures would win our way, we would have been in Champions League now. But yeah, so I definitely think we will be in a European place at minimum, and we definitely got a chance of getting into that top 4.
There you go then. All right, well, brilliant, Ross. Thank you so much for giving us a call in, mate, and have a great rest of your weekend.